Sell-off in biotech gaining momentum as the sector slides into bear market territory and on track for the worst month in more than 14 years. Is it now time to be looking at biotech after this total beaten-up situation that we've seen going into the fourth quarter? Joining us right now is JMP Securities President Mark Lehmann. Mark, your specialty at JMP is life sciences. What happened this last quarter?
You had a couple things happen. One is you had an overall market that wasn't terrific. You had a couple of you had a biotech market that was basically on fire for the last 3 or 4 years, so it was subject to decline if the overall market declined. And then you had a couple headlines. Hillary's tweet. You had a CEO of a company try to raise prices 100-fold, and it became kind of a media story in a swirl of bad news. And it was ripe for decline, and we've had that decline. I'm not sure fundamentals for some of the best companies have declined. But this was a sector that had done so well. It had been the best performing sector by a lot.
I know. And you were riding the gains for a long time there. Now, you have 3 IPOs or 3 deals that you're doing tonight and tomorrow? Tonight and tomorrow.
There's 3 deals that are in the marketplace. There's
so this
more.
is going to be a big test.
This will be a test. You're going to have a test over the next few weeks of several IPOs and several secondaries, and we'll see, if they get done and what prices they get done. My sense is several of them will get done. Others may be challenged, but they will get done, and the buyers will dictate the price, and that's what should happen, right? When you have turbulent markets, the buyers dictate the price, and we have that right now.
Correction in a bull market, or are we peaking?
You know, I think we're in a correction phase. I think the underlying fundamentals of the life sciences sector is intact. You have lots of cross currents, right? You have pricing issues. You have some FDA that's getting a little more visible. But the underlying fundamentals, the underlying technology, and the growth, and the discoveries, and the ability to target cancers, target other drugs that are curing real diseases, like we've seen with Hep C, is not slowing down.
Any foreign currency, strong dollar stuff?
That's a good point.
I think that, you know, for the big companies and selling overseas, that is the case. I think you have some of those issues. But when you see companies like AbbVie and others who are able to raise prices on drugs and getting those prices to sustain, you're going to see earnings growth that I believe is at the top of the class. Obviously, energy is tough. Some of the internationally focused stocks are tough. Healthcare is going to show earnings gains this quarter.
Do you worry about the political headache and headwind as you go into an election year with particularly, listen, the drugs that are coming out of these biotechnology companies and these drug companies have changed the way that cancer is being treated. Yeah. And we're only just beginning to see just the early stages of that. However, these drugs are expensive. And although it's right now at just a sliver of the overall cost of treating cancer, they're going to get headlines. You're already seeing a lot of talk about it from Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Is that a danger? And is there a danger of like that you kill innovation in this country?
This is going to be in the headlines for the next 14 months as we go into the election. I think that's a given. I also think that innovation does not slow. And I think progress in this country will not slow, because this is really, like you said, at the forefront and the beginning of that curve. We've had a 25% correction in the biotech index. That's a pretty sizable, sizable correction. I still see, like you said, we're in the beginning of this huge wave of innovation. Huge wave of innovation.
But people like to trade the group, right?
They do.
So going into the fourth quarter, what are you expecting? What kind of a fourth quarter are you expecting for biotechs and the broader market?
I think we're going to see great reports out of the companies that sometimes we've highlighted in this show that are really the class of the life sciences world. You're going to see that out of a company like Facebook. You just mentioned Facebook on there. You look at the political advertising going on Facebook. The ads, the premium ads placed where you want them in the right demographics and the right zip codes are going to go for such an extraordinary amount that you're going to see huge earnings leverage on the winners. And I think you stick with the winners. They're Facebook, they're Google. It's a class of the biotech stocks that we've talked about on the show. I'd stick with the winners.
Do you think, by the way, David, do you think we'll have a better fourth quarter than we've had in the third quarter?
Yes.
For broad markets?
Yes, yes. Green in Halloween and going up.
All right.
I agree.
We like good news.
Thank you so much.
Millennials, we got to invest in biotech.
Good to see you, Mark. Thanks very much.
Appreciate it.